So coming into your own body. And as we come into our bodies, let's just look around. So you're turning your head from side to side. Take in your environment. Take in the space around you. Oops. Shut up. Okay. And hold on for 1 second. Yeah, coming in, taking in the shapes, the colors, like taking in the environment as a sort of phenomenological experience, as opposed to, oh, there's that thing and I have to do this or that with it. Take it in as colors and textures and shapes, shadow and light. So it's not this like imposing whatever you think you need to do with it, but it's really just the material, physical nature of the stuff. And just give yourself a little shake. Loosen up the grip you have on being you and just soften and melt. Gentle, easy shake. We are going to do some weights today. If you need to get them, get them. You can go light or you can go heavier, up to you. I have 2 sets of 3-pound weights, which I will probably be using. So I'll have 6 pounds, but you could use 1 pound. You could use more pounds. You could use less pounds, fewer pounds. All right. One more second. There we go. And let's breathe first. So coming into your whole body, into your space, inhale, reach for the heavens. Oh, reach, 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 get longer and just reach a little bit more, like you're climbing the beanstalk, going up to the heavens. And then open it out, bend your knees, drop your head down, soften your spine, stay down there for a little and just wiggle a little bit from side to side. Move your tail, bent knees so you're not getting your biggest hamstring stretch, just freeing up your spine. Roll it up. Inhale, open, reach for the heavens, reach for the inspiration, reach for the gods, reach, reach, reach. Open up your upper chest and neck and head, and then bend your knees, drop it down all the way to the floor. Open your feet wider and shift from side to side. Knees are bent. This is just movement. We're not trying to go for a huge stretch. Moving your bootay back and forth. If you initiate the movement by pushing with your feet, but think of your butt moving from side to side, let your spine follow. And then come in and roll it up. Opening up to the transcendent, the heavens. Reach. Open, open, open. And then let's shake it out to come down. Shake and bounce. Shake and bake. Things of the 70s. Was shake and bake a thing of the 70s? Maybe the 80s. Some kind of chicken thing that you put the chicken in with the stuff and you shook it up and then you baked it. And it was somehow like fried chicken. I don't think I ever actually had it, but I remember the commercials. Bounce, shake it out. Reflow your body. Take up some space. Awaken, enliven your kinesphere. Bounce, shift your weight. And let's do some spirals, twisting, looking around behind you. We are going to do a really quick run through the lymph flush in a minute. Once we get all the fluids flowing, so we're already unblocking blockages, opening up flow in our bodies. Then change it so that you're shifting your weight and you're going to flex the foot, that foot. You're not going to lift it up. I'm just showing you. Flex the foot you're moving away from. Then we're going to change it to the golf twist where you go onto the front leg and then onto the other leg. Spiraling, shifting your weight. Internally rotating in that spiral with the legs. So we're getting this movement in the hip socket, movement in the lower back, shifting from side to side. Ooh, I put the heat on in the house because it's so cold up here. But now it's too hot. Like it takes 2 minutes of moving around to notice that the apartment or the house is actually not cold. Okay. Let's do the lymph flush. rubbing your hands together, getting some energy in there. Start to shift your weight from side to side. So you're developing this flow in your body of movement, shifting your weight as you do the lymph flush. So we're not locking it down and doing the thing like this, but we're finding a flow of movement first. Take your right hand to the upper left clavicle, mobilize the tissue under there. You can see my hand is pretty much flat. And I just saw this Instagram. There's an Instagram that I follow that's like, it's a lymphatic. It's a person talking about the lymph. That's all they do. All it is about the lymph. And she's like, I am a lymph node and I am actually very strong. I am woven through with fascia and you aren't going to rip me apart by touching me. Change it to the other side. So it's not saying that you have to push harder. You can be gentle, feel into your own capacity to receive touch in a healthy way. Oh, what does that even mean? What if we were taught from day one this to receive touch in a healthy way and then to know, oh, this touch does not feel good. This touch does feel good. Not that we're always about everything feeling great. Sometimes we can be tender or sensitive and like, oh, then be more gentle and slow. All right, coming up to the angle of the jaw. This time, as you're at the angle of the jaw, see if you can do that weight shift, but turn your head ever so slowly and slightly. So we're getting the spiraling around as we're working in there. Gentle. If you have never done my class before, welcome. And there are other videos where I really explain the lymph flush a lot more, but because we're just banging through it today, I am not explaining it as much. Gentle fingers circling in. Open your mouth. Ah, stick out a tongue. Ah, move your tongue around. Be a weird monster. Ah. Yeah, that's going to move from the inside, all that tissue also. Rub your hands together, do the one right next to your nostrils. Gentle circles. Squish up your face. Open up your face. It's hard not to do the whole thing, actually. Once I get going, I'm like, oh, I want to do my head. I want to do the K27 points. But we're not going to. If you know them and you want to do them, add them in. Squish. Open. Take your hand down just ever so slightly, even more gently. Squishing around under your cheekbone. Gentle. Gentle, kind, compassionate movement for your own body mind. Shake it out. We're going to go to the armpit, right hand to the left armpit pec. Oop, we lost Catherine. Maybe she'll be back. Same thing on the other side. Come into Sternochyli, push in and up. Keep a little bit of flow, moving your weight from side to side. Movement happening within the flow. Let's just do 10 big deep breaths there with the arms. 1, in through your nose, out through your mouth. 2. Good, Catherine is back. All right, so we just got that diaphragmatic breathing, just in case we didn't get in the Sternochyli, coming into the inguinal fold, between your pubic bone and your hip bones, getting in there. Relax your neck and jaw. Relax your tongue, soften your face. Take it behind the eye of the knee. And then just shake it out. Free flow your body. Take your arms over your head and just shift from side to side, like free flow, as if you are a reed of seagrasses or river reeds, just in the flow of the water. Free flow body, not a lot of tension, very easy movement, very little tension in the hands and arms. So we're not trying to do it. We're just letting it happen. Free flow the arms, feel up into your fingertips. awakening and enlivening those long levers, if we talk about the body in a mechanical way, but really they are these living extensions of the heart and lungs. So feeling into that, opening that up and shake it out. And let's get to our weights. I'm gonna move this. There we go. And I have two sets of 3-pound weights is what I am going with. You can do whatever you want. One set of 5-pound weights, one set of 1-pound weights, no weights at all. Oh God, this is awkward. What is going on? There we go. And we're gonna just start with bending your knees and a bicep curl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Legs are parallel. 9, 10. Leave them up. Feet underneath your hips, pressing straight up. 1, 2, 3. Hands just slightly in front of you. 4, 5. Like just in line with your face. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to turn our feet out, open wide. We're going to take a deep plie. Going down. 1, probably not do 10 of these. 2, knees over your toes. 3, body like you're sliding down a wall. 4, 5, 6. Yes, we're going to do 10. 7, 8. There's the pea pod. Going to have a scratch on the mat, the irresistible mat. 9, 10. Coming into parallel, arch your back, stick out your butt. So make sure you're not here. You want to be like that. Head, tail, arching. Get deep, arms out to the sides. 1, 2, 3. Opening your wings. 4, get deeper. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And come up. Circles with your shoulders. Go one and then the other. Little bend in the elbow, mobilizing your diaphragm, your rib cage, your lungs, your heart, mobilizing your head-tail connection. And then coming forward, up and over. Let's go with the bigger elbow, more effort, bigger lift. But make the effort only what you need. You're not putting more into it than is necessary. So there should be a combo of ease of movement with a little bit of tension. Last one. Coming in, I'm going to lighten my load down to 3 pounds. And we're going to go out to the sides, up and down. If you need to get rid of your weights at any time, go for it. Going 1. Hands are just slightly in front of you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Blood flow, fluid flow, moving through your shoulders. 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Shoulders to your ears. You're going to lift up to your tippy toes, and then you're going to drop. Come in for a landing. Kind of a hard drop. Up, down, and out. Shoulders to your ears. Pick it up, squitch it up, and open it up. Up and down and out. Up, getting those. Doesn't have to go far out to the side. It can just go like down here. That's fine. Giving your body the information to build some strong bones, to lubricate and hydrate your joints and tissues. Last one. Good. Put your weights down for just a second. And we're going to do flamenco dancer arms with really free flow in your hands. So shake it out, let go of tension, relax, 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 relax. Relax your body and your hands. See if you can find that seaweed, free flow feeling. The waves are very gentle. And we're going to take the arms out and up. You're going to let your hands kind of close and open while spiraling out and up. Sea creatures, easy and gentle, no tension in those hands. Easy lungs to fingertips, heart to fingertips, change direction to come down, very gentle. Let go of the tension in your arms. Let it be just about movement and flow. No extra hard work. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. A little bounce and shake. Make some noise. Close this curtain ever so. I don't know if it really makes that much of a difference. Sometimes it does. And let's do a little bit, another set of weights. Won't be the whole thing. We'll just do some of it. So grab your weights, starting parallel, heels, hip distance apart, going for 10. 1, 2, 3. Bending your knees. 4, 5. So I'm not dropping forward with my chest. 6, like I would in a squat. 7, I'm just staying vertical. 8, 9, 10. Going up. 1, tippy toes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pushing to the heavens. 7, 8, 9, 10. And coming down, opening it out into our big second position. Knees over the toes. External rotators are working. So external rotators here, working to turn out your leg. Knees over your toes. You're not going for a 180-degree turnout in your feet. They're wherever your knees can go. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tell yourself, I'm building strength. 7, getting stronger bones, stronger muscles. 8, 9, 10. And then we are going to bend forward. Feet are wide and parallel. Arch your back. Flies, opening out to the side. 1, working your back. 2, 3, long spine. Chest open. 4, wings flying. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come in. Shoulder circles with a big elbow going back. And I'm bending my knees and straightening. So I'm like having this spring-like flow, like bouncy trouncy spring through my body, elbows to the ceiling. But make it easy, don't make it hard. Make it as easy as it can be. Do the necessary amount of work and not more. And then coming forward, just the shoulder. Breathing into it. Let your head do whatever it wants to do. Free flow in your upper back and neck. From here, you're going to internally rotate. So we're going to do it with our feet and our legs. Externally rotate on our arms. Rotate in, spiral curl, turn it out and arch. It's a cat-cow. Curl in. If you need to do this without the weights, get rid of the weights. In. Of course, the day that we are doing weights, I'm wearing a turtleneck. And I put the heat on. I am definitely hot and starting to sweat. Open, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, spiral in, get that tissue spiraling, open and in and out, in, out, last one, in and out, and put down your weights. I'm going to have a moment of opening the hallway door and letting in some cool air. Cool air, come in, please. I'm gonna encourage it by going back and forth a few times. Take a minute in your own space to wander around the space and do something you don't normally do. What would that be? I don't know, reach into the high space, reach into the low space, anything. Just get yourself to move a little bit more with some locomotion. Maybe you don't have a lot of space. Maybe you can only go like this, right? Whatever it is. But even the hallway isn't that cold because the whole heat of the house was on. All right, enough of this playtime. No more child. What is it? Child's play. No more child's play. Let's sit down on the floor in a cross-legged position. Just so you know, I still have my Christmas tree up, and I will probably take it down today. It still smells good. We got a really good tree this year. And then on another note, I just want to say for all the people who are suffering and having a hard time right now on this planet, and there are many, let's just take a moment of silence to offer some compassion to the people in LA. I'm not even going to go through it. Everywhere in the world where people are suffering, just a minute of giving some metta, compassion to other people. And then we can include ourselves in that compassion. It doesn't just have to go out. We can also be compassionate and open-hearted with our own selves for whatever we're going through. Unclench the fist of the heart, right? Unclench the fist of the mind, unclench the fist of the gut. Let yourself just soften. And from there, we'll do some circles with the heart, the mind, and the guts moving. Mobilizing those three centers in the interest of bringing coherence. Change direction. Coherence means that your body is working together. You're not working against yourself. You've got, you're working in harmony with your own body-mind system. Your respiratory system is working with your endocrine system, is working with your digestive system. Everything working together for your health. Open it out, side stretch. Do we need to be perfect? No. Can we be perfect? No. But can we be kind to ourselves? Maybe. Mark Walsh of the Embodiment UK whole world says, if you can't love yourself, be kind to yourself. If you can't do that, be civil. Be civil to yourself. Circle it around. Let's work towards actual self-love, right? If you can't love yourself in some way, how can you love anyone else? And why not? Why is it like a sin and a crime to actually care about yourself? Is it a sin and a crime? It certainly appears that way sometimes. But really, it's the ultimate act of loving kindness is to be kind to your own self, because that is where it all starts. Let's change legs. Non-dominant leg comes in front. Take it forward and just shift yourself from side to side. Gentle movement. Kindness in your spine. Kindness in your heart. Kindness in your gut body. Kindness in your mind. And if you feel resistant to that, just notice it. I feel resistant to kindness. I want to go be angry. Sometimes we do. Open it up again. Side stretch. Me and Anthony, let's let's round forward and then arch up. Have been playing this pirate game called Plunder. And we listen to like pirate music and sea shanties. It's super fun. And at the same time, if somebody keeps losing, it gets harder and harder to keep playing. Deeper stretch to the side, especially me. I'm not a really good loser. I can lose one game and be okay. I lose two games, I start to get crunchy. I lose, and then I stop. I'm like, because I know if I play a third game and lose that, I'm going to be angry at the end of that. So we were playing last night and I slayed him 3 times in a row. Can you be a good loser? I can't. I'm not very good at that. But I know when I start to get too crunchy to keep going and I stop. Let's take it down to the floor. Can you be a good winner? Oh, relax your back into the floor. Take a deep breath. Wiggle, free up your spine, let go, free up your shape flow in your body, your internal body readjustments. Could be micro movements, little tiny adjustments, could be big, huge macro movements. Free it up. Let your body find some kind of movement and flow that feels good on the floor. And if nothing feels good, if it's like, oh, everything hurts, find some part or imagine what it would be like if it felt good. Use your imagination. And then we'll just gently drop it from side to side, massaging through your butt and your hips. And I will take this moment to advertise something I already advertised to my Zoom room, and that is that I am going to be teaching another Movement for Meditators course, which is going to start on January 21st, 2025. And it will involve, it won't be an exercise class like this. It will be much more like one of the somatic inquiry classes using also three-dimensional Laban space, the four elements plus space. So earth, air, water, fire, and space. That's the system that I know the most. So I know there are other elemental systems, but that's the one that I'm using. And just working with different types of flow and really coming into our bodies as an experience, not as an objectified idea, not a concept of body, but an experience of body. And let's come in and press your pelvis up and make circles. And so it could also be good for dancers who want to get deeper into their own biomorphic experience that don't have maybe that much exposure to depth practice of meditation. But really, it's for meditators who want to just connect more to being embodied, to be present in their body-mind system. And let's come in. If you didn't change directions, I hope I said it, but maybe I didn't change directions. But if you've done all that, take your arms up to the ceiling, spiral in, spiral out. Let your shoulder blades come towards your ears and let them spiral down as you change the direction. Feeling the connection from your thumbs and pinkies through your arms, through the two bones of your forearm, radius and ulna, through your humerus, through your shoulders, to your shoulder blades, to your collarbones. Feel the movement of your collarbones as you do this. And then release and open and roll it down through your spine, all the way down to the floor. Take a big deep breath. Let it go. Take a couple of big deep breaths. Maybe a sigh, let out some sound. If you sigh, you are naturally going to put out more breath. You have to have a bigger exhale to make noise. And a friend of mine who is a yoga teacher, a wonderful human, amazing singer, was talking to me yesterday and talking hands on your knees, circles with your knees, about how she felt like she had lost her expression. She had lost her voice. Not that she can't sing, but that she had lost her sense of, this is what I have to say. This is what I have to share. And so, just letting out sound can help free up that flow, change direction. I feel like a lot of people feel that sort of blockage in their throats. Like, oh, there's like a tension. Sometimes it's in their hearts, sometimes it's in people's throats, but something that they're having a hard time accessing. And sometimes it's like, wow, there's a lot of shit that I didn't say that I wish I had said, or I didn't feel like I could say. And now it's all blocked up here. So sometimes just letting out sound can help relieve that. Could be a yell, letting our tissue do the work, as opposed to having the big story about why you didn't say anything. Let some of that expression come out. Let's take a happy baby and wiggle and roll. Every experience you have had in your life happened in your body, right? Even if you were having a dream, that dream was coming from you being asleep in a body. Wouldn't have happened if you didn't have a body, I don't think. I mean, I really don't know. I don't know without how it is to be unembodied. We all are naturally, anyone who's a human on the planet has a body. If you're a bot checking this out, maybe you have a different kind of body. Just kidding. Press it up, feet on the floor and wide. You're going to interlace your hands behind your back. Walk your shoulders closer together. Inhale, knees open. Exhale, close. Could be some AI learning how to teach movement from this course, from this class. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. Learning what it feels like to have a body. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Open it up. Feeling that femur head, your thigh bone in your hip socket, hydrating the socket, strengthening the bones of your lower back, your hips, your big pelvic bones, and your legs. And then come into center, tippy toes and lower down, flex your foot and lower. Inhale up, exhale, inhale up, exhale, all the way down to the flex. Inhale up, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Open your hands, open your shoulders, roll it down through your spine, coming all the way down. Take a big deep breath. Find your lumbar curve. So you're not tucking and contracting into the floor. You're letting that lumbar curve come in, having that natural spine. Tucking in the animal kingdom, like this kind of tilt, is submission. Just think about that. What does the dog do when they're bad? Oh, I'm sorry. Right? So we don't want to do that as people. Let's free that up unless you want to. If you're into it, you have my blessing. Submission is your thing, go for it. But just know that also that kind of clenching, which so many systems teach you to do, we want to be able to let go of it also, right? Let it go. Free flow, your head, tail, get that lumbar curve. And then come in and we're going to roll all the way onto one side, open up arm and leg, and close the other side. So moving as easily as possible, opening and closing. Let your head weight drop into the floor. Imagine that this is like the most gentle foam rolling for your back and hips, right? We're just rolling, letting the body weight mash into the floor and give our tissue a nice massage, hydrating and releasing tension. And let's open it up. Hydrating tissue, releasing tension. Open, open, close, close. Open it up. Close, close. And sometimes when we start to actually really feel what it's like to be present in our body, and we start to feel the things that we maybe have been avoiding, sometimes that can feel like, oh my God, there's too much, I can't handle it. So we go back to distractions, right? Let me look at my phone, let me watch a movie, let me look at Netflix. But we want to keep coming in, right, to home base. This is where it all happens. And the better our relationship is with it, the more we can sense into our bodies and be intelligent. Well, the more we can sense into our bodies and feel what our bodies are actually feeling, the more skillful we can be in the world, the less we harm the planet, creatures, and other people. Let's roll over to the other side. We're going to take a baby cobra. So inhale, baby cobra up, exhale, down, inhale. What is it like to be a baby cobra, seeing the world for the first time? Oh, what does it look like out there? Rising up. Take your hands on the floor, keep coming up all the way, push the floor away, drop it down. If that really hurts in some part of your back, then think of letting that arch come into other parts of your back. So for a lot of people, they have tons of extension in their lower back and maybe not so much in other parts, especially if you're young. As we get older, we tend to lose a lot of flexibility in many ways. All right, let's try bending our knees, toes towards your head. It might feel awful. When I did it, like I've started to love this position, but it took me a few months to like it. Because it was like, oh, what's going on? But now it feels really good. Opening up the whole front line of the fascia in the body. And then take your butt back over your heels and relax. Wiggle from side to side. Bodies like things slow, right? We like to take our time to develop the strength, take our time to develop the flexibility, take our time to change in our bodies. Because if it happened really quickly, it would either be an injury or it would be so destabilizing that we freak out. Well, I can do this. What? So we want to not freak out about it. All right, circles. Actually, let's just sink down. Sink down toward the floor and push up. Your arms are straight. You're sinking. Your shoulder blades are drawing together and then pushing. Although, to be honest, I'm just thinking about dropping my chest and then pushing with my arms. Dropping my chest, pushing with my arms. Then I'm going to try and make a circle. So my arms stay fairly stable and I mobilize inside of that. It's not a cat-cow, but there might be a little bit of cat-cow happening. Then I'm going to change direction, go the other way. If you're just figuring out one direction, feel free to stay there. And I'm going to go up onto my tippy fingers. And I'm going to sink down and push up there just a few times. And then up onto my real tops. So that was the tippy fingers. This is the tips of your fingers. Down and up. 1, just for 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Elbows to the floor. Push into your forearms, turn in and turn out, getting that fascia, bone, fluid, all the stuff that's going down in there, your nerves, veins, arteries, and lymph flow to have some movement. We're going to curl it in and then flip over, push into your hands. Flip it over, curl it in, flip it over, push into your hands. Flip it over, curl it in, push into your hands. This time, curl it up to your shoulders, take it down, push, lift your elbows. Curl it up to your shoulders, take it down, flip it over, lift your elbows. Roll, touch, down, roll, elbows. Roll, touch, down, push, shoulders, elbows. Shoulders, elbows. Come in closer to it if you need to. Elbows, one more. Shoulders, elbows, and relax. Breathe, soften and melt. Big breathing into your whole body, like you are a bubble. The buble is getting bigger as you inhale. It's getting smaller as you exhale. Not the Michael Bublé, just the buble. Cheesy cultural references. Interlace your hands in front of your head. Roll yourself up onto the crown of your head. Then reach with your tail and take it back. Rolling up. Reaching it back. Roll it up. Reach it back. One more. Roll and reach. I feel like I've been going on and on for hours now, but probably it hasn't been that long. We're getting there. Let's come into a side forearm plank. You're going to put one foot in front of the other, or easier version, you're here. That's totally fine. Harder version, here. You can also do it here, but I really like this because of the stability it offers. Circles with your top arm. Follow your hand with your eyes. Opening your lungs, opening your heart. And change direction, other way. Look at the palm of the hand, if possible. Good, and take it down. All the way onto your side. Both legs up off the floor, rotate in, rotate out, rotate in, rotate out. Turn it in, turn it out, turn it in, turn it out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Last one, in, out. Relax. We're going to do a quad stretch here. Bend the bottom knee, grab on. If you can't grab your foot, grab your pant leg, grab anything you can grab. If you can grab your foot, take your heel in towards your butt. Leg, you can see this leg is pretty much parallel to the floor. I'm going to internally, externally rotate, spiraling. Letting that tissue in the front of your quad open up. For most people who are working out a lot, they tend to do a lot of hamstring stretches and fewer quad stretches. Kick it back. Maybe that's a completely, maybe I mean more people that are doing like yoga, mat, dance. Not necessarily the other types of working out. Good, and release. Flip it around to the other side, starting in a side plank. Top foot in front of the bottom foot. Press it up, or both knees are bent on the floor. Circles with your hand. Follow the palm of your hand. Chest and lungs opening. Breathe. Change direction. Last one. Take it down. All the way down. It's actually going to help if for this one you have your arm straight above you and your head on your arm. Lift your legs up, in and out. Legs are straight down below you. Turn in, turn out, in, out, spiral, spiral. Joint health, hip joints, especially in and out. Sacrum health, rotate in and out. In. That's why we want that internal rotation as well. Two more in, out, and relax. Quad stretch. Take it into the back space. Whatever you got to grab onto. If you got to wear some bell bottoms so you have something to grab onto, consider that for next class. It might be your sock, pant leg. Taking your leg back, rotate in and out. If you aren't feeling any quad stretch, engage your lower abs and pelvic floor just slightly, right? So if I'm totally relaxed and kind of tilted, I'm not getting a stretch. But if I engage just ever so slightly, and then kick it back. Good. And release, unscramble. We're going to do a pigeon from here. It may be that you want to do a figure four, this. If you're up for pigeon, roll onto into your pigeon. My hips are kind of tight, so we can flex this foot. I'm trying to get my heel in front of my hip. If you're more open, you could bring that leg up higher. More of a right angle in your knee. If it hurts in your knees, don't do it. Breathe into it. Yeah, when I had my knee injury, I couldn't do this at all. And then release, and you're going to come around to the other side, flipping it around in any way that you need to get to the other side. You could roll over or just change legs if you're in the figure four. Heel in front of your hip bone. This back leg is parallel, so sometimes your foot wants to turn in and sickle. Just reach your toes straight out behind you. Take it down, let go, breathe. Unscramble it. And take your legs out in front of you. Give them a little bounce up and down. Rotate in and out. Bang out your calves, right? A lot of times, especially if we're wearing shoes all the time and walking on flat surfaces like we do, unless you're walking on sort of varied surfaces where your feet have to be more like hands, then we're losing a lot of mobility in our legs and in our feet, which also means that our calves are probably going to get a lot tighter and more less mobile. So we're just going to bang out. We'll go with one. I'm just giving it a gentle tap. I'm trying to get my calf and all the tissue to kind of swing back and forth. So it's loosey-goosey, letting go. Then I'm going to come down this front of my tibialis anterior and just give it a little tap. I have a really big one because of dancing ballet. And I'm going to pull, I'm going to massage down, just creating a little bit of space between my bone, my tibia, and that muscle. And then we'll go on the other side, give it a little whack, see if you can get that to relax and just jangle. We want some jangly calf muscles. And then down the front, hit, gentle hit, don't beat it up. And then I am going to pull and create some space. I'm going to kind of go in both directions. This one's a little tighter than the other one. Yeah, if you don't have very dexterous hands and if you kind of have these lumps that just do texting or computer work, consider doing something like clay, like ceramics, like you will get such more, or massage, right? Learning how to touch, learning how to work with your hands so that there's some dexterity. Very valuable. I'm sure it's working on our brains in a way that very few things do. And now that we're in this world where most people don't have to do anything with their hands, most people don't play an instrument, most people don't uh, make things with their hands or even cook much, right? So think of like kneading bread, all the stuff that's not so different than working with clay. We want to be doing things that are going to give our arms and hands this opportunity to experience life in a way that's different than just this and nothing, right? Alive, fluid energy through our hands, or just lifting weights, right? There's artistic ways to engage. There are cooking ways. Cooking can be very creative. All right, let's take it into our forward fold, bend one knee, bend the other. My feet are wide, just shifting from side to side. I was doing ceramics for a while, which I loved. And because I had already done so many like body work forms with my hands, it wasn't hard for me to be good at it pretty fast. Not very good, but good enough. You know, I could make a bowl that looked like a bowl, like pretty quickly. Working with the wheel was a pleasure. All right, bring it up. Inhale, open, and exhale. And I really enjoyed it. I needed to be doing something where I was just doing my own thing, right? I was teaching a lot. I was running my dance company. I was doing so many things where my energy was going out. I needed to do something that was here. And I loved ceramics. It was so fun. There was a place up on 80th Street near Zabar's. This guy, Jerry, ran it. I'm not sure if he's around anymore, but it was like, it was a very free flow place. Like, I never took lessons. I had a friend teach me how to do it. And I just went in there, paid my whatever it was for a month, and could make pots as much as I wanted to. Anyways, just saying, it's the beginning of the year. Take on a new hobby or don't. Reassert yourself with an old hobby, whatever it is. Do something with your arms and hands that allows them to have a vitality and a life energy that's different than just being the hands of a human in modern society. So that is my spiel. Uh, and if you ever make it to this class and you made it this far to the end, you win the prize. What is the prize? It is the pat on the back that you finished the class and you did something for yourself. Just before class started, we were talking about one of the people in the Zoom room was like, I really don't feel like doing this. I'm like, but you will feel better afterwards. Exercise and movement isn't a I need to feel like it thing. It's a I need to do it thing for me. Yeah. But if I'm feeling sick, I don't do it. But if I